update on our experimental vegetables that we started from vegetables that we already had in the kitchen. So, as you can see, I have my onions here and garlic, a few lettuce plants, and celery. The celery hasn't really done anything yet. I see a few tiny little sprouts coming up, but let me just check the roots and see if there's any activity there. Oops. Not really. So I think I'll just leave that there. Maybe it needs a little more time. Definitely the base here is what I want, but these two stalks don't seem to have done anything exciting. So I'm going to take those out. When I started, I expected the weather to be more cooperative. As I mentioned before, I don't have a very sunny window. It actually looks sunny right now. The sun peeked out after all this rain we've had. But I don't have a really good sunny window. So I was planning on taking the plants outside each day to get some nice good sunlight and bring them in each night until we reached 50-degree average temperature at night. But the nights were much colder than we expected. So my plants have not done as well as I expected. But I do see some new shoots coming out of the lettuce. That's promising. That's exciting. It's only been 2 weeks. My green onions, which were cut down to here at the beginning, have sprouted, so I could actually cut those off and use them for cooking. Let's see how the garlic did. Look at that, we have some roots on the garlic. So let me put that back and let that keep growing. That's promising as well. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 garlic plants. Here is the onion plant that we started in the water. We had it in water for 2.5 days. It had a few sprouts or shoots coming up, and they have continued. I'm really excited about that. These two here, I did not start in water. I just started them right in the soil. This one is finally developing some shoots, this red onion, but this one grew some mold on it. It's finally beginning to separate in there, so we'll see what it does. The green onions most definitely did best in the water. You can see the roots have grown and the shoots have grown. So I don't know if I can just cut these shoots off and use them and they will re-sprout again, or if I should put them in the soil. I'm not sure. I'll have to do a little research there. And this onion here was in my onion basket and it started developing sprouts. So I just took it and put it in some water about 5 days ago, and already it has some nice roots. I think I'll put this in a pot today with some soil, and this one too. I'm going to give them their own pots. Okay, let me take you around to the countertop. Okay, let's take a look at these potato plants and sweet potato plants. Now when I started this potato, it didn't have any new shoots coming out of it. It had a few things that looked like they could have been eyes, but apparently they did not have enough. These sweet potatoes are not really doing anything. I had one in here that just went moldy, so I threw it out. This one here has a little shoot, a little root or two coming out, so I might just keep that in there and see what it does. And these two sweet potatoes here have a few little roots coming out, but they're also getting moldy. So there you go. There was one experiment that didn't pan out too well. But check out this basil. Each basil stem has its own roots. And I think I could even put them in soil today. They look hardy enough. Look at all those plants we're getting out of a bunch of leftover basil. Whoops. There's another one here, more basil. These would make nice gifts for people too. I could either plant them all in a big container or just separate them into smaller containers. I did not have much luck with the rosemary. This is my only remaining stem out of about 5. And even it, well actually it does have a little growth there. I think I'll keep it in there and see what it does. All the other ones just turned black and moldy. But I did find out today that this was jammed into this little vase. So I don't know if this onion bulb had anything to do with it. I thought rosemary was supposed to be easier than that, but this could have been the problem. I don't know how it fell into there. I have some thyme here that seems to be developing some tiny little roots under there. I have pulled out the stems that have been black and dried out, but these guys are hanging in there. Here's a dried one, I'll just take that out. So we'll give them more time and see what they do. Hopefully they'll do what the basil did and I can get some little plants out of the thyme. And let's move on over here. My mint just really turned limp right from the beginning. It just kind of hung over the edges. Look how it's doing now. I did have to throw some of the stems out, but now look at this. I see some roots developing. That's promising. This is so exciting. Looks like I need a little more water in there to cover the root areas. So look at this spearmint plant here, how it just, the stem comes out to the side and each little bud is developing like a new whole plant there. If I wanted to just lay this in the ground, you could see how it would keep spreading and spreading. That's why mint is so hard to get out of the ground. Oh, look, here's a potato I left on the windowsill. It does have some eyes that sprouted, so I think I will start over with this one again, putting it in water, putting those underneath the water and seeing what happens. Hopefully it will take off and then I can plant it in some soil. I took cuttings of these house plants and they're all doing very well. Okay, these sedums were from outside. They've basically grown and now they even have some new little flower buds on the tips. This sedum here was started in the soil. This is the same sedum here started in the water. So you can see they're both, actually the one started in the soil has gotten bigger, but these have some really nice roots as well. I could probably plant these outside again right now and they would do really well. Here's the jade plant. It looks beautiful right there. And here's one piece of a jade plant that looks nice and sturdy and healthy. Now remember, I cut off a few pieces just so that they could harden and get calloused. I'm going to put them in some soil today. First, I'll dip them into this rooting agent here. And then I have some little cups here that are ready for them. I already wet the soil, put some seed starting mix on the top. So I'm just going to put these in these little cups and keep them by the window and see how they do in the rooting agent and then right in the potting soil with some seed starting mix on top, already damp. Okay, I'll do the same thing with these cactus plants. Now these little cups don't have holes in the bottom. It's okay because I'm just using these to root the plants and then I will transfer them into other planters if they take off, if they do well. Boy, this soil is really moist. I hope it's not too moist. I think I got a little carried away there. Okay, let's see how they do. Here's a Christmas cactus that I just put right into the soil. That looks really nice. Looks really healthy. These guys are so hardy. I can't believe how they grow. And look at this jade plant. Remember I cut off a whole big arm of the jade plant? Well, look at the tip of it here. See the growth we have right at the tip already? And then along the stem, we have some roots coming out, forming there near the bottom. It's just amazing. 2 weeks in water. So I'm going to give that a little more time, maybe another 2 weeks, and then put that in soil. So I think my experiments turned out pretty good. I learned some lessons. They're not all perfect, but I can root some of the plants. Others I might start over with new knowledge. I happened to go to Home Depot one day, so I did purchase some small plants, tomato, parsley, and dill. I love the dill because the monarch butterflies love to lay their eggs in there and feed on that. Okay, last week we had some peppers, so I took out the seeds. They've been drying on this plate. These spinach containers are great. Okay, it's like its own little terrarium there. It has holes in it. I think it has holes in it. You know what? This one doesn't have holes. I'm going to have to poke a few in the top there. and a few in the bottom. But here we go. I'm going to put a few pepper seeds in here. Trying to separate them. I'm putting more than I think I need because some might germinate and sprout and some might not. Okay, you just pat them down a little bit. And put a little more seed starting mix on top. I think this is moist enough, so let me just pat it down and it will all be moist together. So I'll close it up and just let that grow by the windowsill. Okay, so we learned a few things. We had some fun, we made a mess, and that's all that matters. That's what gardening is all about. So we didn't have to be perfect. We just used what we had and learned a few lessons and had some fun, and now we'll have some new plants out of it. Oh, one more thing. I want to show you my potato plants outside. Okay, remember I had those little potatoes. I cut them all in half. Some of them I soaked in water for a few days, and some of them I just let stay dry so the cut part could get calloused. Let's check them out, see how they're doing. Okay, remember I didn't have straw, so I found these dried stems from my iris plants. Okay, let's see what we have here. I planted them deep down in here. Where are you, potato? Oh, what's that? No, that's not it. Where's the potato? Oh, here's one. Oh, look at that. Okay, there is a stem developing on the top, and that's going to send up some shoots and leaves. Awesome. Okay, I was afraid that it was too wet. We've had so much rain out here. But that looks really good. That's promising. And now, these are the ones that I soaked in water first. Let's see how they're doing. See if I can find one in here. Oh, is that one? No. Oh, where are they? I don't see a potato in here. Oh, what's this? Oh, here's one. But look, it's very mushy. It does have some stem or root development on it. I think I saw some, maybe a little bit there. But very, very mushy. So that was the one. This is the batch that I soaked in water. I didn't give them a chance to develop roots before I put them in here. So I don't know about those guys. But these I'm excited about. First time I ever planted potatoes. Okay, so I'm learning something new here. Awesome. Oh wow, check out all the pesto we're going to be eating. Look at that. I have about 6 plants in that container, 2 in each of these. And we are good to go for the whole summer now. Awesome. Before I leave you, I just want to show you my Christmas tree that turned into a Valentine's tree and is now an Easter, spring, summer tree. I decided to just keep it going, not just because I was lazy, although that's true, but because I'm waiting until my son comes home from Kuwait, which might be pretty soon. He's in the Army. You know, anybody could have done these experiments at their kitchen sink, taken a few scraps from the refrigerator or from the potato basket and tried planting them in water or soil. But you know what? I enjoyed it because I learned a few new things, and I especially enjoyed learning from failures. Like, I really messed up with those sweet potatoes and potatoes, but now I know what to do differently next time. And I'm looking forward to this summer where I'll continue growing some vegetables, and hopefully by the end of the summer we'll get to enjoy some, and then even next summer I can continue with this whole new interest. So that's what it's all about, friends. Learn new things, start new projects, follow through, and enjoy them. Enjoy life. Keep it going. So until next time, take care and be safe. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.